How's it going, YouTube, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a review of the 5 easiest trails in Northern California. Well, the weather is finally starting to warm up, the snow is melting, and the trails are going to be starting to open up. And maybe you just got a brand new off-road vehicle and you're wanting to get out and explore. Well, if you don't have a lot of experience, that's going to limit you to where you can go. But these trails are going to be easy enough that a stock off-road vehicle, maybe a small lift and 33-inch tires, should not have any issue completing. Now, all of these trails are within about 100 miles of the Sacramento area, so it's going to be a great day trip for you to get out and enjoy the mountains, the fresh air, and the sun. As always, if you enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. Metal Cloak has been hosting Skills Day events at Prairie City for several years now, and they typically have one in the spring and in the fall. These events are designed to help new Jeep owners become familiar with their vehicle and what it is capable of.
Pretty basic here. What we're going to do is floor low, neutral, and then pull back hard. There you go. Sometimes if it's in neutral, you let off the brake, just let it roll a little bit, and then you can go easier down in the floor.
One of the great things about a state vehicle recreation area is the fact that you are close to civilization. If you get stuck or something breaks, then help is typically close by. You can get out and have fun without worrying about being stranded or having to leave your vehicle if you break down.
Wiggle your right and left, move your steering wheel with your throttle. With your throttle, with your gas. There you go.
These parks offer something for every skill level, from the beginner hill climb to the challenging rocky obstacles. Saddleback Mountain Lookout is a fun, easy trail for even stock off-road vehicles. The trail starts just outside of the town of Downeyville, drops into the ghost town of Poker Flat, and exits in LaPorte. The trail covers 30 miles and is mostly a well-maintained service road. After leaving the lookout, there's a steep descent down into the valley. A Fun Creek crossing signals that you've reached the ghost town of Poker Flat, and the area does offer a primitive camping site. There isn't much left of Poker Flat, just one building that has collapsed and a plaque to give you a little bit of the history. Turn left at the building to start the climb out to LaPorte. The climb does get steep in some areas, and there are some sections with small rocks. Long Canyon Trail is another easy trail that a stock off-road vehicle is capable of. The trail is located just outside of the small mountain town of Kybers off Silver Fork Road. The trail won't be difficult, but early season snowmelt will make for some muddy conditions in a couple areas. Be sure to have a good map of the location as the trail splits off in a few sections. Gaia GPS is a great app to have if you travel off-road and is what we use to navigate Long Canyon. Located just outside of Big Trees, California off of Highway 4 is the Sourgrass Day Use Area. This is a local favorite, and due to the lower elevation, is typically one of the first trails to open after the winter season. Whoa. Depending on the time of year and how much snow there was, the water crossing could present a bigger challenge. Having a spotter here is highly recommended if you don't have much experience off-road. Immediately after the water crossing, the trail will split to the left and the right. If you turn right, it will take you to an extra credit rock obstacle. However, the trail dead ends immediately after this section and you will have to turn around and come back through it. If you turn left, it will loop back and take you to the trailhead. Located just off of I-80 at the Eagle Lakes exit, Signal Peak is one of those trails that I love to take beginners to. A slight lift and 33-inch tires will make this trail fun but challenging for a beginner. There are 3 main obstacles on this trail, and the most difficult one has a bypass. The first obstacle is what I like to call the bump in the road. A rock sits directly in the middle of the trail, so you can either go over it or around it. If you choose to go over it, you will have to get your driver's side fairly close to the rock wall. If you go around, it will require you to do a 3-point turn. Driver, come forward. There you go. Now pass it. There you go. The second obstacle is a rocky section with an off-camber shelf that you will have to cross. Depending on the time of year, there may be some water coming down on this section. While the off-camber shelf road feels very sketchy, it's nothing that your vehicle won't be able to handle. The final obstacle of this trail is optional, but it's also the most challenging. If you stay straight, then you will bypass the steps and the trail will continue on. This obstacle is a lot of fun, but it does require some ground clearance. Once you make it to the top of Signal Peak, make sure you take the short hike out to the abandoned fire outlook. The views of the area are well worth it. Well, those are the 5 easiest trails around Northern California within about 100 miles of the Sacramento area. As always, do not go out wheeling by yourself. Anything could happen, and a lot of times these places are out in the middle of nowhere. That means you're not going to have any cell service, and getting help out to these places is going to be very difficult as well as expensive. As always, if you enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner.